The monster designs are the stuff of nightmares, grotesque, symbolic, and utterly unforgettable. And the sound? My God, the sound. Hey, and welcome back to Worth the Hype, the show where we venture into the fog of the latest releases to see what horrors or delights lie within. I'm Messy Dev, and today we are stepping into a world that has been dormant for far too long. A world of psychological dread and personal demons, Silent Hill. For years, the Silent Hill franchise has been, well, silent. After a string of disappointments and cancellations, the series faded into the fog, leaving fans with nothing but restless dreams of what could have been. Now Konami is back with a full-scale revival, and Silent Hill is arguably its most intriguing and riskiest new chapter. It's not a remake, and it's not set in the familiar foggy streets of New England. This is a brand new story set in 1960s Japan, penned by the acclaimed writer Ryukishi07 of Higurashi When They Cry fame. The hype has been immense, fueled by a gorgeous, terrifying reveal trailer and the promise of a return to the series' Japanese horror roots. But does it deliver? Is this the glorious comeback we've all been waiting for, or just another ghost haunting the franchise's legacy? I've spent the last week lost in its world, and I'm here to tell you whether Silent Hill is worth the hype. To get right to it, Silent Hill is a stunning, deeply unsettling, and artistically profound horror game that absolutely ranks among the series' best. It is a triumphant return to form that successfully reinvents the series' setting while staying true to its psychological core. However, it is not without a significant and, for some, potentially deal-breaking flaw. First, let's talk about what makes this game so special: the story and setting. You play as Hanako Shimizu, a high school girl living in the rural Japanese town of Ebisugaoka in the 1960s. Hanako is an outcast in her own family, struggling against the rigid expectations of a patriarchal society. Her world is turned upside down when a bizarre, beautiful, yet horrifying plague of red spider lilies and fungal growth begins to consume her town and its inhabitants, pulling her into a nightmarish version of reality. This is where Silent Hill F makes its boldest and most successful move. By shifting the action to Japan, the game embraces a different flavor of horror. It's less about the industrial decay of the American originals and more about the unsettling beauty of Japanese folklore and the oppressive weight of tradition. The narrative, crafted by Ryukishi07, is a masterclass in slow-burn psychological horror. It's a complex, layered story that explores themes of family trauma, societal pressure, and the darkness that lurks beneath a picturesque surface. GameSpot's review put it perfectly, saying it feels like a collaboration between surrealist filmmaker Satoshi Kon and horror manga legend Junji Ito. It's a story that will stick with you, disturb you, and demand to be analyzed long after the credits roll. The gameplay loop is classic survival horror. You'll explore hauntingly beautiful environments, from fog-choked rice paddies to abandoned schools, solving intricate puzzles and managing scarce resources. The atmosphere is second to none. The art direction is phenomenal, built on the concept of finding terror in beauty. The world is gorgeous, but in a way that constantly makes your skin crawl. The monster designs are the stuff of nightmares, grotesque, symbolic, and utterly unforgettable. And the sound? My God, the sound. The return of legendary composer Akira Yamaoka is a massive win. He masterfully blends his signature industrial noise and trip-hop beats with traditional Japanese instruments, creating a soundscape that is both familiar and terrifyingly new. But now we have to talk about the combat. This is, without a doubt, the most divisive part of the game. Silent Hill F is almost entirely focused on melee combat. There are no guns. You'll be fighting off those abominations with pipes, bats, and other makeshift weapons. And honestly, it's pretty clunky. IGN's review called the combat cumbersome and inconsistent, and they're not wrong. The controls can feel sluggish, the lock-on system is finicky, and the weapon durability mechanic can be more frustrating than challenging. It's a system that often feels like it's working against you, creating a sense of risk that doesn't always feel rewarding. And that combat system is the big reality check. For a game that gets so much right, atmosphere, story, art, sound, the combat feels like a significant misstep. It's a core part of the gameplay loop, and its awkwardness can, at times, pull you out of the otherwise masterfully crafted experience. The community is split. Some argue that clunky combat is a Silent Hill tradition, designed to make you feel vulnerable, not powerful. Others feel that in a modern game, it's just not fun to play. Where you land on that debate will heavily influence your enjoyment. On the technical side, the launch hasn't been perfectly smooth. The game is visually demanding, and PC players will need a beefy rig to run it well. There have been reports of optimization issues, particularly for those with the very latest hardware like the RTX 5090, and even the PS5 Pro version has shown some technical hiccups. While the developer, NeoBards, is actively patching the game, it's something to be aware of if you're sensitive to performance issues. So, let's bring it all back. Is Silent Hill F worth the hype? If you are a fan of psychological horror, immersive storytelling, and breathtaking art direction, then absolutely yes. This is one of the most compelling and artistically ambitious horror games in years. The story alone is worth the price of admission. If you've been waiting for Silent Hill to return to its glory days, then yes. This feels like a true modern evolution of the series, a brilliant and respectful passing of the torch to a new setting and a new creative team. However, if you are a player who prioritizes smooth, satisfying combat above all else, you need to pause. The combat is a significant part of the game, and its clunkiness is a real issue that could sour the entire experience for you. This is not a fluid action game in the vein of Resident Evil. Ultimately, Silent Hill F is a masterpiece of horror storytelling, slightly held back by a clumsy combat system. It's a game that aims for the head and the heart, not the trigger finger. It's a resounding, triumphant return for one of gaming's most revered horror franchises, and despite its flaws, it is absolutely worth the hype. But that's a before you buy. You know how this goes by now. I give you some pros, some cons, and some personal opinion. And now I want to hear yours down in the comments. Did you pick up Silent Hill F? Is the combat a deal breaker for you, or does the atmosphere make up for it? Let's talk about it. If you found this video helpful, clicking the like button is a huge help to us, and we really appreciate it. And if you want to stay informed on all the latest releases, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.